Welcome in to the Hump Day, Wednesday, December 4th podcast, Fun Astrology. Thomas Miller back with you. Thought I would do something just kind of crazy and silly and fun today. I'm in a playful mood. Are you? Well, let's roll. Let's do it. So some of you will and some of you will not remember the very famous radio broadcaster Paul Harvey. For the younger listeners to this podcast, Paul Harvey was on the radio 5 days a week, several times a day, and was just a legend in radio broadcasting. He was the single most listened to broadcaster of any venue, and he did the whole thing himself. He was a one-man operation. Well, he passed away about 10 years ago. I think he was 90 years old. Left just a tremendous legacy for people of my generation, and certainly in broadcasting was one of those voices that I looked up to as a young person getting into this field. So I've been thinking about what would Paul Harvey do if he were doing this report, but talking about astrology instead of the news of the day. So for a little spoof today, I thought I would do today's podcast the way Paul Harvey might have done it if he were still with us. All right, you ready? Here we go. Hello, Starcasters. Can I be serious? I'm Thomas Miller. Here's the news from the sky. Jupiter has moved into Capricorn. By the way, Paul Harvey was really famous for his pauses. Jupiter has moved into Capricorn. Moved in Monday morning, already having trouble in the new neighborhood. Right off the bat, got into a square with Chiron. That's Chiron in Aries, no less. So Chiron's wound that won't heal isn't getting any salve from the king of the gods, who would just as soon have taken Bugs Bunny's right turn in Albuquerque and gone back to Sagittarius. And skywatchers are advised that the tender wound that hasn't healed is unlikely to get any support from grumpy Jupiter, and will thus, at least for the foreseeable future, remain unhealed. Kite flying. For those of you who listened to yesterday's podcast, if you didn't, one great thing about podcasts versus radio broadcasts is that you can go back and catch it. James Dunamore of Sarasota, Florida, was spotted flying an astrology kite yesterday afternoon on the beach. Someone asked him where he got such a unique kite. It had the moon, Neptune, Venus, and the nodes of the moon scattered around the four corners of the kite. He said he heard a commercial on this podcast and called the 800 number, and it arrived on his front porch the same day. Well, not really, but hey, we can aspire to bring Amazon into the same-day astrology world, can't we? Uranus, or as the kids said in our Soul Blueprint workshop a weekend before last, well, never mind. Uranus is helping welcome Jupiter into Capricorn today. Trine aspect, catching the south node too. So if something surprising comes up for you today, it's likely to have a positive twist to it, at least if Jupiter can wring out a tweaked-up cheek amidst what, to its Royal Highness, otherwise smells like an Amarillo feedlot. Oh, and that south node trine to Uranus. Well, maybe something fun or unique may present itself today that gives you a choice. Old way or the soul's new way. And remember, you always have choice. Scorpio update. Mercury is sliding to the back door. Hits happy Sagittarius Monday morning while you're asleep. It's catching the last 7 degrees of the Scorpion's tail, and intensity, and depth, and passion. Watch your tongue today. It could land you in an argument or in bed. And finally this morning, the sun, otherwise happy, sitting almost halfway through Sagittarius, squared the moon and Neptune. Uh-oh. Those rose-colored glasses might not be so transparent for a day or two. And that intuition that you're so used to having drive you, well, you might have to meditate a little longer and go a little deeper to get the same message that you will get again 1 week from Saturday. And that's the way it is. I'm Thomas Miller. Good day.